Never been average, tailor-made from a different fabric. Biographic, on tape, mine cinematic. Lost my prodigy, I'm feeling havoc. AI intelligence, screw the practice. Couple messages up in the madness. Few days since I seen the mattress on the field.
So we are back in business, and guess what? What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna smash these and do them back to back. So this is part 2 of my recent pickups, and when it comes to sneakers specifically, clothing wise, I will not be picking up any new clothing for a while because I have quite a bit, and sometimes I get into the habit of picking up new items and I haven't even worn the old items. And to be quite real with you, man, we are not trying to keep up with the Joneses. We're going to wear our stuff, man. We're going to wear it 3 times, 4 times, 10 times, 15 times. We're going to wear the value out of our stuff. All right. Now, with that being said, another pickup that I've had is another grail of mine. The black toe being the first one of the grails that I have, or one of the grails in my opinion for me personally. I know some of you guys will say, "Oh, my grail is an off-white da da da," or like mine is like a fragment da da da. For me, it's pretty basic, right? As I've told you, Jordan 4 is not really for me. I have, at this point, 1 pair of Jordan 4s, which is the poor man's undefeated 4s, right? And you can call it the poor man's this and that, man. It's how you drip it out. So I don't really care. All right, but with that being said, the 3s to me are super comfortable. I don't know what it is, but I wish they made all their sneakers the same way, because the 3s are super comfortable to me. So with that being said, I'm not going to hold you up. Another pair that I was fortunate to get. If you know the box, you know the elephant print, you know the in-between, then you already know what this is, right? So we'll start off with the Jumpman right there. Standard box. Nothing crazy about these. But these, I believe, were last retroed, if not 2018 and then 2011. Please don't quote me. I'll put the right dates up. But as far as I know, I think 2018 was the most recent one, if I'm not mistaken. If it wasn't 2018, it was 2011. All right? And bam, man. These here are the truth. I'm telling you. Jordan 3 black cement 3s, man. These are, in my opinion, the one other Jordan 3 that I have is the muslin, right? And the muslin pair that I have, I just feel it goes with everything. The way it is shaped and everything is just perfect, and it goes with a lot of things. When it comes to this one, when I was younger, back in the day, we wanted these, man, and these would all sell out. Now, the only people that would really get access to these are the spoiled brats, right? Guys who are working and like literally they're cashing out their whole paycheck just to get a pair of these, or somebody's getting them and they fell out the back of a truck. Either way, however you got these, man, only a handful of dudes that I knew were really rocking these, man. And if you're rocking these, you were really doing something. And for me, it wasn't because somebody else had it. It was because I just appreciated the way it looked. The color blocking on it and everything, I appreciated just how it looked. All right, so with that being said, when I'm looking at this Black Cement 3, there's nothing really that stands out about it in comparison to the previous one, except for a couple of details that you might know if you're an owner of them, or you might know if you've seen other videos, or you might know because you went into a store and you physically actually held one in your hands, right? Now, with that being said, let's just get to the nitty-gritty about what I appreciate about this and if there's anything about it that I don't appreciate. All right, so let's get to it. When it comes to the leather that they used a good leather. It is somewhat tumbled, but it's not as tumbled as the previous pair, and especially right over here, it's not as tumbled, but the rest of it, like all these other panels over here, are pretty tumbled, and it has this effect when you kind of press on it. You can see that it's some good leather. And yeah, some great leather that they use over here. Nothing out of the ordinary, you know, nothing extraordinary about it. It's just standard, right? Looking at it. Another thing that I noticed right off the bat is when I'm looking at it, and yes, we do appreciate the Nike tag, but I do say, or I will say, it would be nice to get the tag with the keychain, you know, the hard plastic one. Like, yeah, that would be fire. But I'm not here complaining. I'm just keeping it real with you guys, okay? So when it comes to this, you got the tag, you got the elephant print, which we'll get to, all right? We got the outsole, midsole, you know, yeah, don't mind these. I did try them on, so yeah, I couldn't help myself. I've been waiting for years for this. But yeah, so you got the eyelets, the obvious eyelets that are in the red over there. Little accents on the sneaker. Yes, I will say that the perforations that they have over here are more than usual. If you look at the other pairs or the previous pairs, the perforations that they have here are slightly more. All right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're out there and you have a previous pair or a 2018 pair, I keep on saying previous because I don't want to quote the year, but I believe it's like 2018 or so. But whichever pair was previous or prior to this one, I believe had less perforations when it comes to this portion here by the eyelets, right? Or the lace loops, my bad. All right, sock liner, standard, just gray sock liner with there's cotton, whatever. But then the rest of the sneaker is predominantly leather, and yeah, you got the tongue over there, which is another difference. Now, let me just get to the differences or reservations that some people might have about this particular pair, because to be quite honest, this period of time when it comes to sneakers is a sneaker collector or a sneaker lover's dream. Okay, a lot of things are sitting, and I believe a lot of things are sitting because of the economic times, and not everybody's able to afford like multiple pairs like how it was before. And on top of that, when it comes to reselling, a reseller's nightmare is things not having a high value when it comes to reselling them, right? So the profit margins are not as high. So that is a reseller's nightmare, but to a person like me, that is my dream, because we are the man versus bot gang. If you remember that series that we did for a little while last year or the year before last, right? You already know that we took a lot of L's when we're going against a machine and people were botting and everything. So if it was a couple years ago and these came out, man, you stood no chance. You were fried. You were fried right when you put your card information. Even if you pre-put your card information and you send it in, you'll be kicked back out, or what will happen is you'll get a confirmation saying your order's been processed, and then a day or two later you're gonna get your orders being canceled. A refund will be issued to you within 3 to 5 business days. And if you already know how crushing that is, so we won't even get into that, right? Let's get into the details about these that have people having a few reservations again about this particular pair. All right, so we'll start off with the tongue. If you remember the pair prior to this one, the tongue was fatter. Matter of fact, the whole upper area when it comes to the ankle portion was much more substantial when it comes to the cushioning that they provided. It almost had if you haven't heard it before, it had an SB vibe. Really puffy and really thick, man. The tongue was fat. And when you were looking at the sneaker from this way, right, you could clearly see, you see this, the red for the inner portion of the tongue? You could actually see that from the front, all right? When they say, oh man, that girl, you can see that thing from the front. Yeah, that applies to this over here. You can see it from the front. And yeah, so that is one thing that had people, kind of about this release, right? Another thing that had people a little bit apprehensive about this release is just the elephant print. The print. This print right here. This thing here, right? Now, if you don't know, previous pairs, the elephant print was much more stark, more defined, darker, it was more in your face, right? Now, with these pairs and this release, they did their absolute, again, to make it similar to the pair that was released in '85. Give me a second. Let me make sure it's really '85, Sometimes in life, man, you gotta crack your history books, and you gotta crack, and trust me, when it comes to sneakers, I bust a bunch of books open just so I can have a better understanding. Please forgive me. It is '88. '88 when these came out, man. They did the absolute to make sure that the silhouette looks like the '88 version that came out, right? Now the '88 version, if you're paying close attention, the elephant print on it was not as dark. It wasn't as in your face. It wasn't bold as the pairs that you see following, right? And personally, for me, I like it both ways, right? I like the lighter version, and I like the darker version, right? But for me, I'm more tied in with what was the original looking like, and the original was looking like this. And if the original was looking like this, I just want whatever the original was, because whenever we were chasing these sneakers or my grail, right? Or one of my grails, right? The main focus was making sure that it was similar to the original, the original, its predecessor, or its prototype, or whatever you want to call it, right? So I say that to say this. I know when it comes to the cut of it too, some people are kind of shaky about it because maybe they don't realize that the cut is reminiscent of the original release, right? Beyond that, I have not really heard anybody else complaining because one more thing that has had people not happy, right? The tumbled leather on this one, they're saying, is different from the one that was previously released, right? And I don't mind it because I think this tumbled leather is good, man. When it goes through the press test, a little bit of pressure, you apply the leather, it looks good to me. It looks really good, and the way it's cut, the way the sneakers are cut, the way they look, the toe box area, the outsole, insole, the medial side, everything, it just looks good, man. I don't know, like, I guess it's because I've been waiting for these for so long that my appreciation for them is like, on a high level. I don't have any, I don't have any qualms about them. I don't have any issue with them. I'm actually very, very grateful to be in possession of them. I really am. So with that being said, I'm not gonna stretch you guys out, man. It was this guy and this guy, like these two, man. I've been lucky to have in my possession. And when it comes to the wardrobe, these are the most versatile pairs of sneakers that you could possibly get. You can mix them up with so many different colors. You can throw camo, you can throw black, you can throw gray. You can have the tans, the muted colors, whatever you want. These, I feel, both collectively versatile enough for you to expand your wardrobe and to really do your thing. Now, with that being said, this is part 2 of my recent pickups, and following this, as I said before, there'll be another channel specifically for all the vlogs and any of my outdoor movements or activities, whether it's like creation of music or anything creative whatsoever. You'll be able to see that on the other channel, SRTV, and I'll make sure to put the handle on the screen. I'll greatly appreciate it if you guys support that, because you get to see my day-to-day life, and that one is more like my journal, right? You get to see a snapshot of my life as much as I can share with you guys. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, walk tall, think rich, don't bow your head, and listen in the face of God, because if you do, you drop your crown, and you do not want to do that, because you're kings and queens. Again, I go by the name of Caesar, aka Mr. Sneaker Out, and you're tuned into yet another installment of Sneaker Out. And yeah, a little bit rusty, but it feels good to be back. As I told you guys are my family, and I just want to take you wherever I go. I would like to take you guys with me, and yeah, so spread the word, let people know. And as for me, I have to get back to daddy daycare, daddy duties, man. The show must go on. I'll get up with you guys in a second. Be safe out there, be positive, and much love. All right, and do remember, man, be kind to yourself.
Never been average, tailor-made from a different fabric. Biographic, on tape, mine cinematic. Lost my prodigy, I'm feeling havoc. AI intelligence, screw the practice. Couple messages up in the madness. Few days since I seen a mattress on the field.